and gentlemen, on this journey you're going to discover just how good the Lexus CT200h is.
I think the BMW doesn't even come near it, and obviously Audi, I would say, you know, is a competitor, but I would most definitely choose the CT.
My name is Thiago, this is Gonçalo. Hello. We're going to be able to evaluate the CT200h, okay, against key competitors. We have a performance test in the beginning. Then we have maneuverability or city driving exercise, and then we have a dynamics or handling evaluation, where you have a slalom that finishes with a braking exercise.
So a very simple exercise, 0 to 80 kilometers acceleration. Lexus would like you to try is one, run with full power, and then the second lap you do in the car to just try to accelerate 50%, 60%. You'll gain the same speed. The next activity we have is just a very small city drive. Really just to look at the kind of the steering, the manoeuvrability on the car, visibility.
The steering in here, it's a bit more precise. You have more the feeling where the car is going.
This is true.
The braking is very, very strong.
Nice. Yeah, the braking is very nice. Yeah. I'm impressed, I have to say.
The interesting thing was when you did the 60% thing, of course it still gets to 80 at the same, just in even less effort.
One of the reasons we do that is, and that's one of the challenges, is going to be to get your salespeople to be able to demonstrate how to drive hybrid in the most relaxed manner but still delivering the performance, and that consciously, I'll just use 60%, is really a good measure for everyday driving. And I think on the next session we'll be out on the road and do exactly that. Sometimes use full throttle and sometimes use 60%, and just feel the difference in the refinement for no change in performance.
To start with a very smooth start, because our challenge is to use as little the energy, the engine itself. So while you're coming off the throttle, as you know, you're already charging the battery. Battery at the moment has only 3 blue stripes, so it means battery is pretty low. How to recharge it as quick as possible? By accelerating and releasing the throttle, will charge, and as you're braking, exactly.
This is the second leg of your CT experience. Please remember that we would like you to continue to experience all the features and functions of the CT200h whilst driving smoothly, progressively and at a realistic pace. Remember, we are looking for the team with the best fuel economy, so make sure you drive smoothly and be progressive with all the controls, especially the throttle. The navigation system will guide you to your next destination. Should you?
Next right. Proceed about 1 kilometre to your destination.
In approximately 1 kilometre, you will arrive at the Chateau Lana Pool for the halfway stop where you can enjoy a coffee and a relaxing break with the other teams. If safe to do so, please try the EV mode for this last section of the route. See if you can stay on electric power without the engine starting. To help you achieve this, be progressive and smooth with the throttle pedal. Squeezing the throttle gently will help you stay on electric power while in EV mode.
Yes, I liked it very much, thank you. Very engaging, very good experience. A lot of time reserved for actual driving, which is very beneficial. It gives you a much better impression on what's going on and the different characteristics of the car and the competitors. I think it compares good. They have 3 very different cars, and the Lexus is very much about comfort and having a refined, subtle ride. So different characteristics, but it performs very well.
Very interesting, very nice to be able to compare the CT with the competitors, and actually quite convincing.
It was a really fantastic event. So it was quite well organized. So I mean, I'm very surprised, and I'm very glad that Lexus could create such kind of product as CT200h.
It's good to have conversation. I mean, they really came up with very interesting information. So I think we should keep that. That's a plus.
With the BMW, it's nice, and I always think BMW being sporty and a really, really good car to drive, but actually it didn't really deliver at all. And then the Audi was quite nice as well, but in terms of the roll, so we only went left to right, and again that was too much roll, and that didn't deliver, and the CT was very reactive.
My favourite part was also the dynamic comparison session where you got to drive the BMW, the Audi and then the CT around the cones and do all the different tests, and the actual chance to go from one to the other to the next and see actually it does, you know, match up to the other cars, and then also, you know, the city driving to see actually where it's much better with the, you know, how agile it is. It was really good.
I think it's really important to know and to understand some key product truths for both our vehicles and competitors. And when you're actually driving the vehicles and you're getting that product information, you can really appreciate and feel, and it substantiates what you're actually feeling and touching, and then you can actually take this to a customer as well. And I think the drivers are actually giving you those pieces of information. You can then experience it yourself when you're actually in the vehicles and driving it, and then you can put all the 2 and 2 together. So from what you've actually learned from a theoretical standpoint to actually in the car, and when you're getting the information from the drivers, I think it all then comes together and blends perfectly well.
Just a fantastically well organised event that I think lived up to the brand's promise of legendary customer service.
It's just been seamless, you know, from beginning to end. You know, the transport, the timings, the way it's all worked has been brilliant. You know, a really good showcase for the brand, I think.